It's the Pete Sousa Show. Sports, Pete.
Get ready for epic savings at Best Buy. Right now, you can save up to $700 on select Alienware and Dell gaming products. Perfect for leveling up your gaming experience. Plus, grab the latest Android Google Pixel at an unbeatable price. Don't miss these incredible deals. Shop now at bestbuy.com and upgrade your tech today.
We definitely love our relationship and love Extraco. It's been an amazing experience.
They made the PPP process easier. They were reaching out to me saying, what can I do to help you? That made a huge difference because my stress level when we shut down to afterwards was night and day.
Our experience with Extraco has been phenomenal since the very beginning, so we love Extraco.
Ready to bring your vision to life? At Small Rig, every idea, design, and product is inspired by you, the creator. With our industry-first under co-design mode and the Dream Rig free customization project, we unite with global creators to turn big dreams into reality. Whether it's a cage rig or mount, Small Rig's versatile gear is built to elevate your craft. Small Rig, where your creativity meets our innovation. Go to smallrig.com.
At Rolls Rolo, we don't just sell wallpaper, we create cohesive, cozy spaces. Our deep understanding of design means every pattern, color, and texture is carefully chosen to complement your home. Plus, we use advanced technology and water-based inks for vibrant, eco-friendly prints, ensuring a healthier environment. Visit rollsrolla.com to transform your space today. That's ROLLSROLLA.com today. At 25 Home, our ultimate goal is to provide you with a transformative experience, making each day feel like it has an extra hour. We believe your home is more than just a space, it's a sanctuary where comfort, relaxation, and happiness thrive. Discover the difference at 25 Home today. Shop now at 25home.com.
It's the Pete Sousa Show. Hey, Scotty, I think Cam needs another code. Good Lord. So we have this Cam Stewart who is constantly asking for codes to get into StreamYard. And this is a tip of this. What happens when a Massachusetts guy infiltrates an operation? He's constantly he's just trying to get more out of you. The Pete Sousa Show is presented by Slovacics. A lot to get to today, a lot of exciting stuff going on in the sports world. I am still in San Francisco, headed to Southern California today. NIT quarterfinals tomorrow night. It will be UAB at UC Irvine. It should be a really good game. UAB is good. It's a Tuesday night on ESPN2. You're not doing anything else. So you're going to watch that game. It's Wednesday night. It's tomorrow night. But still, you won't have the Sweet 16 on yet. And you'll be fixing for your basketball, Jones. So let's go. Again, thanks, Slovacek's Daniel Sark Injury Lawyers. We're going to get into some of our picks today. Corey's going to join us to give us his picks. They actually did. Corey and Scotty did really well last weekend or last week overall. I did not do as well, but we're all winners here, right? I think they were 4-1 and I was 3-2. And again, we'll get deeper into some of the picks. Corey did lose somebody their house because his mortgage bet didn't come through. Sign of the times. Langston Love hits the transfer portal. That was one of those weird pieces of information. I think even me, as somebody who's like, again, I mentioned yesterday, I'm like Baylor adjacent. Langston Love, since obviously not since I've been in Waco, but since I've been covering Baylor basketball, he's been like a part of things. Redshirt junior this year, a lot of injuries, about 9 points a game. Goes into the portal. I mean, I don't know that there's much more use for him at Baylor. It was a weird season with him. And I think people inside the program would attest to that. I think Scotty probably has some insight on that. I think, there was a long stretch this season where he didn't play. And when he came back to play, they actually did seem like they were gelling, especially around the Big 12 tournament. But then he was out again. It was weird. Like here's the thing about Langston Love, and I don't mean to derail the show, but I will take it here with Baylor fans. Okay. This is, and Langston Love is a great dude and was a great player and a great contributor, but I'll compare it to being an alcoholic. And here's what I mean. Hang in there with me. When you're an alcoholic, right? And you haven't given up drinking yet, alcohol is always on your mind. Because it's always in the picture. Like you tell yourself, well, I'm not going to drink tonight. But really, who are you accountable to? You haven't quit yet, right? So you're just like, I'm not going to drink tonight. I'll wait till the weekend to drink. But then you go and you drink. Or even if you don't drink that night, you're obsessing about drinking. You're thinking about it. It's always in the picture, floating around. Am I going to drink? Am I not going to drink? What am I going to do? Well, Langston Love has sort of been like that for Baylor fans over the past 2.5 seasons. Every day, every game, is Langston Love going to play tonight? Is Langston going to play? I don't know. He might play. He might not play. Let's check the injury report. He's day to day. It's constantly in our minds, right? If you're really affiliated or connected to this program, you were always obsessing about Langston Love and his availability. At least I was. When you quit drinking, right? When you're for me, it was AA. I had to go to rehab first, right? This is 13 years ago, if you're just listening. It wasn't like yesterday. But I was like, I'm done with this and I need help. Baylor didn't say that with Langston Love. There was no parting of ways that was that dramatic, or there was no severe reason for it. But for us, I'll say the people who follow Baylor basketball, the Langston Love situation is over. There's no more, is Langston going to play today? There's no more, am I going to drink tonight? We quit drinking. Langston's in the transfer portal. We have just opened up real estate in our brain to think about other things that are more positive, right? So the Langston Love situation, although it's sad to see him go because he contributed a ton to the program. Sorry, I keep hitting the desk and I'm jostling things here. But, he's gone. And there's no more, is Langston going to play tonight, right? That could have been its own Twitter account. Is Langston going to play tonight? He's not going to play anymore for Baylor. So that's it. Great kid, great contribution to the program. Got a little weird this year from 30,000 feet. I think on the ground floor, it was a little weird too inside. And it's time to move on. And good for him. I bet he's going to find success somewhere. He's got a lot that he can bring to a team. And so that's the end of that. Sad news last night, man. I saw it. I actually saw it on my phone. I watched the beginning of the game because I'm on the West Coast here. USC playing Mississippi State. Scotty, I know it's too late to ask you to call this up, but the Juju Watkins clip when she got injured. So I don't know if you guys saw last night, but it was a tense situation. If you don't know the story, Juju Watkins, the best women's basketball player in college right now, certainly the most exciting. and the most recognizable name affiliated with college sports, as far as a player is concerned, women's college sports on the basketball side, I would say it's Juju Watkins. I could be wrong. People could have a different opinion, but she really moves the needle. And I mean, she's the future of women's basketball. I'm certain that folks would agree with me on that. Last night, they're playing Mississippi State. Game's at home. They're up 13-3. She's got a breakaway. And some young woman just kind of railroads her, right? Like ushers her off to the side. And it does seem like a jarring collision where, again, it seems like she railroads her, because I think it's possible that the injury to her knee could have been so violent and painful that it caused her to jar like to the right and just drop, right? Yeah, let's go. Oh, okay, you've got the clip with the audio. No, let's go with the audio, Scotty. All right, so here we go. Swingler's on it, dude. He's like Fred Norris on the Howard Stern show. Scotty, you can throw that up.
Finn on the switch. Tied it up, took it away. More great defense from the Trojans, and Watkins goes down hard, and she's grabbing her right knee, quickly grimacing in pain.
All right, Scotty, let's run it one more time. Can you run it back one more time? I want you to just see how the injury happens and then listen afterwards to what the restless folks in the stands are kind of shouting. Go ahead, Scotty.
Finn on the switch. Tied it up, took it away. More great defense from the Trojans, and Watkins goes down hard, and she's grabbing her right knee, quickly grimacing in pain.
All right, Scotty. Murph, it's the Pete Sousa show. You're calling again during the show.
Oh, geez.
Murph, what did you think about Juju Watkins getting hurt? Did you see?
Did she get hurt?
Yeah, she's out for the rest of the season.
That sucks.
All right, I'll talk to you in a little bit.
I mean, it doesn't really suck, but
Yeah, it does, Murph. It does suck. All right, we'll talk to you later.
Are you pretending you watched that?
Yeah, I did watch it. She's the future of women's college basketball, Murph.
I'd rather watch women's volleyball.
Me too. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
I'm a women's volleyball.
Goodbye. That's our boy Mike B. He'll be joining us next week. Great job, Scotty, with that clip. Okay, Mike B talks to us about the Masters, by the way. Nobody better. So in a couple weeks. But all right, that injury it sucks. It sucks for so many reasons. Honestly, like I was really excited about the women's basketball tournament. I think what happens to a lot of us, and this is a real tip of the cap to women's basketball, and a tip of the cap to folks like Gino and Kim Mulkey. And I was even hoping that Nikki Collin could be that person this year for the rest of the country, but she's kind of just ours. There are a lot of colorful aspects of women's college basketball, and Juju Watkins is one of them. I think the ESPN team is a huge part of it too. Like Andrea Carter, Elle Duncan, like all those ladies. Like it's a lot of fun watching the pregame show. You have to commit to it, by the way. As a guy who grew up like around a bunch of dudes playing male sports, like at some point it clicks that there's just not much difference. I mean, like you could get into like what you're seeing on the floor and the competition, of course, right? Like, but as far as like watching, like I love watching Elle Duncan. I love watching Andrea Carter. I love Carolyn Peck. Like it's fun, the back and forth. There's a flair to it, right? And the other girl went to Stanford. I always screw up her last name. But it's fun, right? Women's college basketball has characters, is what I'm saying. And Juju Watkins was like the centerpiece of that. She was like her own little superhero, right? She needed a cape. And now she's out for the rest of this year. And who knows how long next year. And it changes some of the excitement, I think, around the rest of the tournament and sort of casts a dark cloud on it. The injury itself, I mean, if I must have watched that 30 times last night. Sorry, Murph, I did. I didn't see it live because I was watching White Lotus, but I saw the alert on my phone. which he would say I wasn't watching it, but I did watch the first couple sequences. But I'm just trying to keep everything honest here. I'm only up and up, right? Straight shooter, like Stephen A. Smith says. But she's one of the characters of this game, and the injury in itself, here it is. That's a great angle. Yeah, see, I think now people were saying that this young woman kind of pushed her off. That's a great angle, Scotty. And like the hip check almost caused the injury. I'm not quite sure about that. Scotty, can we see that one more time? That was like really good. That's really good work by you. Look, this is the overhead. I think it was just a foul. I mean, come on. But when Juju's down, and you can hear a pin drop in this arena. I heard it said once you could hear a rat piss on cotton. That was the night of the fight when Tyson took on Buster Douglas in Tokyo because they fought at like 10 in the morning. And they said it was so weird in there. It was so quiet. You could have heard a rat piss on cotton when the fight started. When she was down, you couldn't hear anything. And what you could hear was USC fans yelling at that Mississippi State player for what they had felt she had done, being probably a little reckless. Regardless of how it happened or why it happened, it has happened. And it's going to affect women's college basketball into the Final Four, because you would have hoped, if you're a women's college basketball fan like me, that Juju Watkins goes to the Final Four. You want the characters late in the season. That's what has made women's college basketball so exciting the past few years. And not that they're close to losing that, but they need other people to step up this year. They need another star to emerge as we come down the stretch, because it's more than likely like even think about this. 3 years ago, okay, you have a Kim Mulkey, you have an Angel Reese, you have a Caitlin Clark, you have Haley Van Lith, right? They're all in the women's Final Four. It was at American Airlines in Dallas. Like, we could be looking back at some point and be like, that was like the pinnacle of women's college basketball. Like, I hope it continues to grow. And I think where the level it's at now, I think it's certainly sustainable. But the Caitlin Clark, the Angel Reese, that whole thing was captivating for all of us. It was compelling for all of us. And it's not quite the same anymore. And losing a player like Juju Watkins at a tender moment like this for the sport, when you're now going into the Sweet 16, it makes things a little different. And it's a total bummer. And, the world keeps spinning, but it would have been really nice to have Juju Watkins along for the rest of the ride. So that's something we'll just have to keep an eye on. But yeah, like the characters are such a huge deal this time of year. And this is when stars are made. Legacies are cemented during March. And like Juju Watkins is somebody who let's face it, her name is Juju Watkins. I've told the story before. Me and my three brothers went to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers. This is 2022, 21 or 22. We were at SoFi. It was 22 because it had to have been far enough after the pandemic. It was the first concert Red Hot Chili Peppers ever played at SoFi Stadium. And before the show, Flea announces to the crowd, or during the show, that the best basketball player in the world is at the game, sitting in the front row, and it's Juju Watkins. That's because that dude just loves basketball. And that was something that my brothers and I, right, Mike and I still talk about it, like her ascension up the ranks, because she was in high school at the time, right? But yeah, it's a total bummer that she got hurt at home. You could just feel the disappointment in the crowd, and you hate to see that. So you hope that she can make a full recovery. All right, we have nothing to recover from. Corey Dickman's back in the studio. He's coming up next with Scotty Swingler. We're going to go over our picks from last week. We'll try not to take too long on those. All right, Corey. Okay. And then we're also going to talk about our picks coming up for this weekend. The Pete Sousa Show. I've also got odds on who's favored to win the tournament, and I got a couple of real good long shots for you. Stay with us. Presented by
Protect your car with 3W Liners all-weather floor mats. Made from durable materials like TPE and rubber, our mats are designed to withstand rain, snow, and mud with deep grooves to trap dirt and liquids. For a custom fit and advanced protection, visit 3W Liners. That's the number 3, WLINERS.com today. At 25 Home, our ultimate goal is to provide you with a transformative experience, making each day feel like it has an extra hour. We believe your home is more than just a space, it's a sanctuary where comfort, relaxation, and happiness thrive. Discover the difference at 25 Home today. Shop now at 25home.com.
I need to get real excited.
Sure.
Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Sheridan Vasquez, and this is Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions. And I will be interviewing some of your favorite musicians and maybe some you've never heard before. Join me on Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions for something new every time. You can find Sheridan Soundcheck Sessions anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemediamusic.com. Yeehaw. And keep the music playing.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Get paid faster with Bill, the easiest way to send, receive, and manage your payments. No more delays, no more hassle. Whether you're a freelancer or a business, Bill makes payments seamless and secure, simple, fast, and reliable. Sign up today at Bill.com. Want to turn your passion into profit? With Blogify, creating a blog has never been easier. Build, customize, and grow your site with powerful tools designed for beginners and pros alike. Start sharing your story today and watch your audience grow with Blogify. Visit blogify.ai today for a free 3-day trial. That's Blogify, BLOGIFY.ai today. Overwhelmed by your inbox? Clean Email is here to help. Organize, clean, and manage your emails with powerful automation tools. Say goodbye to spam and clutter and enjoy a stress-free inbox. Try Clean Email today at cleanemail.com. That's CLEAN email.com. Stay connected no matter where you are with eSIMX. Say goodbye to expensive roaming charges and physical SIM cards. With access to over 200 global carriers, we make mobile connectivity seamless and affordable for travelers worldwide. Join the future of communication today at eSIMX.com. That's ESIMX.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Easy Sun has been living fearlessly under the sun since 2016. Born from sailors' need for convenient sun protection, our mineral sunscreen is crafted with natural ingredients offering broad spectrum protection against UVA and UVB rays. Safe for your skin and the environment, stay protected on the go with Easy Sun, your ultimate sun care solution. Visit EasySun.com today. That's EEZYSUN.com.
Oh boy, here we go. Nothing worse than a triple box with these guys. Look at Jack Black in the middle there. I love it.
Let's go. Triple
What's
box.
happening? All right, we got Corey Dickman back here. Corey, I know you're here to pound your chest a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. So let's go. You want to get up? Let's get to it. Last week's picks and results.
Ooh.
I mean, that's pretty good. But the mortgage was lost.
Hey, Pete, who did you lose an important team in the tournament?
Yeah, I lost St. John's.
Oh,
I did.
So sorry.
But I do have other brackets. This is kind of a promiscuous thing to do, but I have other brackets where I don't have St. John's in the Final Four, so I'm still really intact with some of the other stuff.
All right. Good.
All right, so let's get to you want to get to this week's picks? I mean, we might as well, because Corey, once he gets going and he's out of the gate, we got to kind of wrangle him.
you got to wrangle. Let's just dive. Where do we jump in? Am I going first, Scotty?
Yeah. Oh, you're first. Yeah.
I'm first. Okay. Okay. Really quick. Riverton, Utah. Have you ever heard of it?
No, I
Never
haven't.
heard of it. I actually lived in Riverton, Utah. After grad school, I moved in with my parents. Long story. But we were in Utah. You know who else is from Riverton, Utah? Richie Saunders, who is going to light it up for BYU in the Sweet 16 matchup. Richie's going to go wild in this game, Pete. BYU is a plus 4.5. They're laying points against Alabama. Alabama's look shaky against in their first two round games. BYU comes in, they're going to win the game, but we're going to take the plus 4.5 just for the sake of our record here. Richie Saunders, Alabama, they don't play defense, Pete. They don't play defense. BYU doesn't really either, but it's okay. They're going to come on top of this game. And an extra little tidbit, and I didn't send this to Scotty, so it's not Scotty's fault. I take the over here. The over is 175.5 points. Both these teams are going to score 85 or more. They're going to go wild in points. I would go over 175.5 as well.
All right. So I like that. I like the over as well. That's nice.
I would hit BYU 4.5 and then over. Second game, this one I'm shaky on, but I think the Duke Blue Devils are going to be in a close game here against Arizona. One thing here, so Pete and Scotty, if I were, let's say, in a league with a bunch of third graders, let's say Corey and third graders, would I average like 100 points a game?
I would hope so.
I probably would.
I don't know that you're in good enough shape, but I think
you don't think I could keep up and down the court?
You got to go up and down.
I think I'd be like Shaq, though. I would just be like all over this.
You'd be boxing out a bunch of 9-year-olds.
I'd be boxing out a bunch of 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
This is similar when we look at look at Duke. They're killing everybody. You know what their net rating was? Strength of schedule 60. They didn't play anybody. It'd be like me playing third graders. Arizona is 8th. They had to go through the Big 12. They've had tough matchups. And Caleb Love, he's going to have one more really good game, and it's going to be against Duke. Plus 8.5 Arizona Wildcats. They're going to hang with them. I don't know if they're going to win, but they're going to hang with them.
I like that pick, by the way.
They're going to hang. Yeah. I know Duke went all over our Baylor Bears, and, that's fine. It's okay. We don't want to talk about it. But I think Arizona keeps this close, and Caleb Love keeps it close.
I like that pick a lot. I like Arizona a lot. I actually have them in that bracket I have them beating Duke. So go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. And then final one, riding the team that I think is going to win the whole tournament, not Purdue, Houston, not Arizona. Houston Cougars, minus 7.5. They got to win this game by 8 points. But Houston, offensively, defensively, they're a great team all around. Purdue, they're happy to be here, okay? They'll be close. Like all these Sweet 16 games are probably going to be close, but they will falter down the stretch. Our boy, who did I say? My mother-in-law, Sharp, all the way. She was riding him. They're going to win this game by 13 points. Houston wins by 13.
I hope you're right. I worry sometimes that Houston plays, they can drag you to the mud a little bit. So I have a little bit of fear around that. But look, you look at how badly they beat you. You called that first game. That was one of your victories.
Yeah.
Houston won by 100 in that first round game. So why not ride them? I like that.
I just think when a team is really balanced, especially towards the end of a game, they'll get those cheap stops. They'll hit their free throws, and a 4 or 5 point game turns into an 8 or 9 point game, and they're going to cover. It might be a back end cover, but they're going to cover.
Now, do you have a mortgage bet?
Mike? Yeah. Okay. Mike Nelson said this week he wasn't sure. He was questioning me a little bit, so I didn't have a mortgage bet. But if I'm going to pick a really off the top of my head, let's do this. Let's go Houston. Remember, it's 5 point tees. So let's take Houston down to -2.5. Okay. And then the over-under we talked about for BYU Alabama, we tease that 5 points. So that would be 170.5 points. So we tease that down. That's the mortgage, Beth, for efficient lending. Mike Nelson, we're going to get your money back this week. We get your money back.
Yeah, but Mike's the thing about Mike is his name and his company is being mentioned in a block where we just went 8-2. Let me do the math.
11-4.
11-4 overall
last week.
I mean, I think we did pretty good thanks to you guys.
No, for sure. Game above Scotty killed it. Hey, Pete, you were above 500.
I was.
You're at that 66% win rate, which is what you need to, make sure you stay in Vegas. So you're fine.
All right, Scotty, you do your picks. I'm pulling up special odds here. Go ahead.
Okay, my picks. Here we go. Here's one that I found really interesting, and I didn't want to touch this game, and then I really did. So Kentucky, the 3 seed, has already defeated Tennessee twice this season, the 2 seed, previously in conference play. I looked it up. When a team wins twice in the regular season over another team, they have a 70% chance, give or take, to win the 3rd game in the postseason as well. However, in both of those games, Kentucky shot over 50% from beyond the arc, and Tennessee shot below 25% from beyond the arc. There's no way that happens again. I'm hitting Tennessee. Yeah. I think Tennessee moves on, beats Kentucky here. I think this is a really good play.
Scotty, hopefully Iron Eagle's microphone will be better than yours because we're still crackling over there.
Well, we'll keep bothering Zach and Mike Hamilton about it.
Maybe that's a sponsor, like Crackle Pop. Isn't that a cereal or something?
Yeah. Scotty's Snap Crackle Pop.
There you go. And Scotty, when you celebrate, you do the snapping thing too. So it's Scotty Snap Crackle Pop.
Scotty Snap Crackle Pop
about this moment. Okay. I'm gonna just face off against Corey here because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm talking with my heart a little bit. Okay. But coming into this tournament, Arizona was the Big 12 team I probably believed in maybe the least outside of Baylor as far as ability to make a run. I think this is as far as they get. I think Duke beating Baylor by over 20 said something to me. And I really think Duke's going to win this game by double digits. So I would take Duke in this one. It would not surprise me if Duke wins this game by 12. Like that feels about right in this one. And then, again, going with my heart a little bit, all due respect to John Calipari. He's a great coach, but he is not Grant McCasland, and he does not have JT Toppin on his team. I think the Red Raiders can get a double-digit victory here as well. I think this is as far as Arkansas gets. I think Sweet 16, by the way, is like a really good first season for Coach Cal. Yeah. I think this Texas Tech team is potentially Final Four fated. I'm taking them here over the Razorbacks. So those are my 3 picks: Tennessee, Duke, and Texas Tech.
So you are going head to head with Corey. Okay, on that one. I like your pick, Scotty.
Yeah, those are good. I want to say if you take the alt spread, Texas Tech minus 12.5, or minus 9.5, plus 152. That's good odds right there. I think we hit that. Good. Minus 9.5 Texas Tech. I like that, Scotty.
Corey's proud.
I think the Duke one, I'm scared. I'm scared. I wouldn't put the mortgage on that one. it could easily be Duke by 25. But I think
Corey give you the head nod, Scotty, of approval that you're gambling. I like that. Yeah. I like that. That's like what a bad influence, right? I like that. Yeah. I had a boss once who took me to a strip club, and he said, "Yeah, it was good for Pete. It got him out there." My coworkers were like, "What, dude?"
This was a long time ago, right? This wasn't
we were
recent.
In the 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't you.
Yeah, this wasn't while you were at Rogue.
Has never done such a thing.
In my 20s. Okay. Couple things I want to throw at you before my picks. Just a couple of gambling things while we're in the mood. Long shot odds for the title. I just want to go over a couple of them. Okay. To make the Final Four, Arkansas is plus 750. To win the national championship, they're 75-1. Okay. Like, I do want to put into context, like, Arkansas is from it's an SEC team. They have an amazing coach who's done this before. it's not 75-1 crazy that they win the national championship. That's all I'm saying. Like that's amazing odds for a team. This is not George Mason.
Dude, that's worth $15.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Like I don't think I'd put a lot of money on that, but that's worth $15.
Yeah.
100%.
I think that's interesting. Because think about it. If Arkansas and Texas Tech are playing, like you feel pretty good about Texas Tech winning that game. But at the same time, like you could see Arkansas winning it. And like that's all it takes. Like one of those, you got 4 more of those, really, right? And I don't know. I just feel right now like that's something to keep an eye on. All right, let's go to my picks. All right, now that we've kept an eye on that. Okay. We're going to start off with the last game of the Sweet 16. There it is. Oh, no, that's not it, but we'll start off there. Okay. Texas Tech and Arkansas. I like Texas Tech. I really do. I think Texas Tech has something special going this year. Again, Arkansas 75-1. Is it worth taking a flyer on them to win the championship? I think so. Plus 750 to make the Final Four. Like, sure, I think so. But as far as winning on Thursday night, I love Texas Tech to beat Arkansas, and I love them to cover the spread. I think they win by 8 points. Next pick. Let's bring it up, Scotty. Florida and Maryland. I think this is like a lot easier than people think. I think Florida is going to beat Maryland like a drum. You heard me? That is my lock. I think they're going to beat Maryland like a drum. I think they're pretenders. I think Florida was awoken out of their slumber, probably receiving one of the best tests they're going to get in the tournament against UConn. And I think like after a win like that against against a back-to-back champion, you're feeling that esteem, right? So now they're operating with confidence. Like we have taken the belt from UConn. Now you take it from us. All right, here's my last pick. I think I made a pretty good case for that one. BYU, baby. That's easy. That's easy. I got BYU over Alabama. I feel like what's Kevin Durant's Twitter handle? Easy money sniper, baby. Easy money.
Richie
right
Saunders.
There.
Richie.
Yeah, I really do. I feel like BYU is the best kept secret right now in college basketball, and they're about to be no longer a secret after this weekend. They're the first game on Thursday, so be ready. I mean, get your champagne ready early, Corey, because that game's going to be over by 8 o'clock your time.
So over under 2.5, the teams from the Big 12 to make the Elite Eight. You're going over? Over under 2.5.
Is that a real bet?
No, I'm making it up right now. I'm making it up. Because you got Houston, BYU, Arizona Tech. 3 of those 4 have to make it. Would you go over?
Under.
I
almost, just to like make this fun, took Alabama. I don't get the BYU over Alabama picks. What? I don't.
Okay.
I'm not so convicted that I picked it like as one of my picks. I'm more convicted in some other stuff.
Yeah.
But it would not surprise me if Alabama runs them out of the building either.
Okay.
I think Tech and Houston I believe in a lot.
Yeah.
There's no question that BYU can lose that game, but they're as hot a team as there is in the tournament right now. I mean, they really are. And I think the Big 12, and I don't care. I may sound like a homer at this point, but like they have very much left their footprint on the first and second rounds, and I think that they're about to do it on the Sweet 16 and Elite Eight. I think it's become very clear. I'm not here to say the SEC was overrated, but I think the Big 12 has shown that they can stand toe-to-toe with this conference.
Well, and if you look at, like, if Iowa State was healthy, I think they beat Ole Miss.
Yeah.
And so then now you have 6 from the SEC, 5 from the Big 12. That's a lot closer than 4 and 7. And that's just that one
especially
game.
when you consider how many got in.
Yeah.
It was what, 14 to
14 got in. 14 got in.
But how many from the Big 12? 8?
I think 7.
7.
7?
Yeah. And West
So
Virginia
the 3 that didn't make it to the Sweet 16 was Baylor, Iowa State, Kansas.
Kansas lost in the
and
first
Iowa
round.
State should have made it, but whatever. They had an injury.
Yeah. All right. Hey, can I say one thing from last week? Because I made this pick, and then I listened to the show the next day, and Pete was like, "Oh, Kentucky's gonna roll Troy." You know, That game was very close.
But
okay?
you were wrong.
Well, no, but what are you talking about? It was Troy. Do you know what the score was, Pete? At the hold on, I just had this pulled
Corey,
up.
you said they were going to win outright.
I just had this pulled up. At the hold on. With 13 minutes to go, Troy's down 6. They could have easily gone on a run and win that game. Kentucky got lucky.
Did Troy cover the spread? Yes. They did.
I would just like to say the 2 biggest bracket busters over the weekend were McNeese and New Mexico, and I picked them both on this show last week.
No, that was excellent work. That was Scotty. Yeah, the
That
McNeese
was.
call was very good. It's like you were seeing the future.
I was with you, Scotty, on McNeese, and then I heard the morning of the tournament their coach was leaving. He literally took another job, and I was like, they're not going to play for him now. There's no way. Well,
they did, and that was amazing what Will Wade was able to do. I think that shows the new era we're in. He was totally transparent. I'm taking another job. I want to be honest with you guys. You guys play well today. You can get yourself another job somewhere making more money. It's the new frontier, Dickman. Right?
Maybe you're right. Maybe he said, "Look, guys, we win this game. I'm taking 3 of you with me. All you getting $300,000." Maybe that's what it was.
By the way, did you see the kid from West Virginia, Emmett Matthews? He was on their team a few years ago. He said, McNeese equipment guy, McNeese manager got more NIL than I did. LOL. It's true.
It's so fast. How quickly he was on commercials, like the next day, was doing ad reads.
The Insomnia Cookies one he did. They did like a whole ad. It was like legit. It was like very well done. Yeah.
My favorite moment though from the last day of the tournament, the Maryland game, when Queen hits that game-winning floater. When they asked him like, "You play for it?" He's like, "Well, he pays us. He pays us. He writes our checks for their coach." It's like, okay. We in a different time.
Look, it is a great time of the year, and it's a different time. Anything else?
That's it, man.
Efficient lending.
Mike Nelson. Give him a call.
Thank you very much. And Mike has all the – I mean, you want to talk about information. Go ahead. Check it out. He's got a YouTube page. He has a podcast. Mike's the man. All right, we're going to step aside. Come back. You've got our picks. We'll be accountable. We'll revisit them next week before we get into our Final Four stuff. This is the Pete Sousa Show, presented by Slovakics.
Are you ready to take control of your health? At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. Say goodbye to long waits and office visits. Check your health on your own terms with 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today and free yourself from traditional medicine. That's the number 4uhealth.com. Get ready for epic savings at Best Buy. Right now, you can save up to $700 on select Alienware and Dell gaming products. Perfect for leveling up your gaming experience. Plus, grab the latest Android Google Pixel at an unbeatable price. Don't miss these incredible deals. Shop now at bestbuy.com and upgrade your tech today. At Fullwell, we bring together the expertise of registered dietitians, MDs, and OBGYNs to give you the best fertility support. Our research-backed bioavailable formulas are crafted with your health in mind, ensuring the highest quality and safety. From preconception to pregnancy and beyond, we exceed industry standards with independent testing for harmful contaminants. With our comprehensive practitioner directory, personalized care is always within reach. Fullwell, your trusted partner on your fertility journey. Visit us at fullwellfertility.com. Experience the perfect blend of exquisite craftsmanship and life-changing technology with Gevi. Every product is built with precision, featuring specialized parts that ensure durability, efficiency, and safety. We put every machine through 6,000 rigorous tests to guarantee long-lasting performance. With cutting-edge technology and a commitment to energy efficiency, Gevi makes your life easier, greener, and more convenient. Upgrade your everyday with Gevi. Visit us at gevi.com to discover more. That's gevi.com.
Have you ever watched true crime television and wondered, how did they get that story?
I can show you. I was a producer for 48 Hours on CBS News.
In my exclusive tell-all book, I'll take you where no audience has ever gone before. Don't miss out. Secure your copy of Killer Story: The Truth Behind True Crime Television today. Available everywhere books are sold.
With San, owning iconic furniture no longer requires paying a premium. We use the finest materials like Italian top-grain leather, known for its durability and luxurious feel, and apply meticulous attention to detail in every piece we create. Our replicas are crafted with the same care and precision as the originals, but a price that makes them accessible. With over 15,000 satisfied customers worldwide, we've proven that high-quality furniture doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Explore our collection today at san.com.
At Covers and All, we've revolutionized protective solutions with cutting-edge, customizable covers, tarps, and curtains. Using advanced tech fabrics that are 100% waterproof, UV tear, and abrasion resistant, we ensure lasting durability with hand-sewn double-stitch seams. Our commitment to quality, precision engineering, and customizable options is unmatched. With vertically integrated operations and express shipping, we deliver premier protection at affordable prices. Visit coversandall.com today for the perfect fit, guaranteed to last.
Hellhound Country, available anywhere you get your podcasts. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
All right, hold on. The Pete Sousa Show. All right. So I got an interesting take. I was actually getting caught up on some stuff during the break. I have an interesting takeaway. We're presented by Slovacics. Now, I don't know if you guys saw, but as Danny Hurley was leaving the court in Raleigh, this was Sunday after their loss. He's in the tunnel. Now their bid to have a three-peat is over and done with, okay? The officiating in the game Danny Hurley had against Florida, he felt like was heavily skewed for Florida, the favorite. And this actually is linked to Baylor. When he's walking off the floor, he says, I hope they don't, talking about the officials, I hope they don't F you guys, Baylor, like they F'd us, but he said the whole words, right? And so now I love when this, I let me give some context, right? Was a PR guy for USA Basketball, where I was an intern for them. Then I was a PR manager for I was an assistant first, then a coordinator, then a manager. I rose up the PR ladder, could never get to director or vice president because I was such a screw up. But I know a lot about these situations, like media and how they connect with players and coaches and how they cover them, and credentials at events like the NCAA tournament or NBA games. And Charlotte Sports Live was credentialed for this for these events, the first and second round action in Raleigh. So this reporter is in the tunnel when Danny Hurley comes off the floor, and he videos him saying that, I hope they don't F you like they F'd us. Whatever. It was not something you want to hear. Or you want to be a lasting image of your coach if you're a PR guy. So the guy, Dan Mullen, the PR guy for UConn, says to the dude who took the video, if you post that, I'm going to ruin your life, right? Like, because one, the guy was in an area he wasn't supposed to be, right? Like, which is like, you're not, it's a new world. Like we were just joking about with Corey, it is, but at the same time, like, if these guys don't, and these guys, I mean media covering teams, like if you don't rise to some level of accountability and like have some kind of decorum in how you cover these teams, you can't expect to be taken to task when you don't do it the right way. Or do you think the next time that there's an NCAA tournament event in Charlotte, that Charlotte Sports Live will get credentialed? I don't know that they will. Now, maybe this guy doesn't care because he's trying to make a name for himself. He doesn't care about Charlotte Sports Live. The guy, Dan Mullen, let me read his quote. I got to switch to a different page. I hope that's all right. So the Charlotte Live, I'm going to read just some of this report. The quote exactly was, I hope they don't F you like they F'd us. That's what Hurley shouted towards Baylor as Baylor prepared to take the floor to take on Duke. This was after they lost to Florida. Charlotte Sports Live reporter Joey Ellis recorded Hurley's rant, and the clip went viral, much to the annoyance of UConn's director of men's basketball, Bobby Mullen, as he reportedly asked him to take it down. If he did not, Ellis said he would. If Ellis didn't take it down, he was going to ruin his life. Like, is that guy going to ruin your life? Like, seriously, dude? So my whole thing with this guy who put this up, it's like, so now you're playing a dangerous game, right? You took what you could say was like an unsanctioned clip. Okay, fine. You want to post it. You want to be a jackass. You shouldn't do it. You put it up. Then the guy says he's going to ruin your life. Like, do you think he's really going to ruin your life? No. You did something you weren't supposed to do. So the guy's taking you to task. But what do? You tell everybody this guy said he was going to ruin your life. Like he's some menacing guy. You know, I mean, should he have told you he was going to ruin your life? No. But the behavior by this dude, Joey Mullen or Joey Gotcha, we'll call him, by Joey Gotcha. Joey Gotcha's behavior is indicative as to why members of the media get the treatment they get from college basketball staff, like staff around the team. Like, here's an example, okay? And this is an example, and I'm going to give you a great example, and it's not me, okay? Darby Brown, right, is a reputable member of the media in Austin, Texas. She is here. She is in Central Texas. I'm in San Francisco now, but she really is like all over the country, cementing a reputation that will precede her and will continue to lead her to success. She also breaks big stories. She also was at the airport when Scott Drew's family got off a plane coming back from Lexington. She also reported on that. That's like a dicey scoop, but she did it in the proper context, and she gave it the proper context. And she did that herself. Like, there is a way to go about journalism and to get scoops that can help, folks need to know this stuff, right? Like, that's why journalists do what they do, because we want to give you stories and access that you cannot get, and we want to be fair. Like, that's the idea. This guy getting Bobby Hurley saying that and posting it and then saying he was threatened, like, this is just a loser mentality, right? That I believe. I know this from having been in the position before. There's a certain way to act. Like, if Darby Brown's standing off the floor, she does not take that video. And by not taking that video and not posting it, you are not doing a disservice for the viewers and the folks who count on you for honest stories. You're actually doing a disservice to them in the future, because you will not get the access you need to continue to do your job and to break real stories. So what you're doing is you're screwing up everybody, right? Because there are certain parameters that have been given to the media to access players, coaches, front office people, athletic directors, managers now, whatever, that this dude wasn't following. And it sucks, but that's the world we live in now. And, we'll see what happens with Joey Gotcha. But I really hope nothing happens to the dude, Dan Mullen. By the way, I'm not saying it's not, a lot of people want those jobs. I can tell you from working in PR, until you reach like a vice president level, you're really not making much money. I always found this to be so interesting. At least this is how it was when I was in the NBA. Like, you're making less than $100,000 a year for sure, especially when I was doing it. Not by a ton, but you are, like, if you're a PR manager or coordinator. But now you have a job that kicks ass. I mean, and there are perks like you wouldn't believe. Like, you travel with the team. You're on charter flights. You travel with the team. You stay in all the 5-star hotels that the NBA Players Association has negotiated for players to stay in when they travel. So if you're with the team, you're in those awesome hotels. Like, the amenities are crazy. And again, if you rise up to the level of vice president, like a lot of guys do who travel with the team, now they're making upwards of 6 figures and more than that, and sometimes more than that, right? Like, when you can get to, like, a really good salary. But like a lot of times, like I don't know what Dan Mullen's making, but I guarantee it's not that much. And he is working his ass off. Those are some of the hardest jobs you can ever have in the world. You're trying to get a bunch of people to do stuff they don't want to do. You're trying to keep the media happy. There's also so many like details and stuff. Like if the guy who you hired to write the game notes has like a couple typos, or maybe he can be somewhat careless, like that all comes back on you. Like Jeff Goodman comes up to you, Dan Mullen, in the media room before the game, and he says, "Hey, is this number right? It's wrong here." Like it all stops with you. And if you screw up with Bobby Hurley or Danny Hurley in this case, getting him to an interview, you get yelled at. Like this is a story as old as time. Like everybody thinks Greg Popovich is like this nice old man, and I know he's going through stuff health-wise, like nightmare of a guy to deal with on the PR side. Nightmare, right? Like for the most part. There's other people out there to tell you different stories, but I've had my own. And so like that is like, if you're walking down a hallway with a coach who can be abrasive and you and him are going the wrong way to a media availability after a game in a building where you don't know where you are. And he's like, wow, this seems like it's the long way. And you're like, yeah, coach, like right around here. And they'll be like, why'd you take me this way? Like some guys will do that. Again, it's all part of the job, but I'm just trying to bring into perspective what this Mullen guy is up against. And then he's got Joey Gotcha as his team comes off the floor. He's obviously in an emotional state as well. And he certainly could have handled himself better. But what this kid is doing from Charlotte Sports Live is it's amateur hour. And again, is it a federal offense? No, but it's out of line. And he knows there's rules he should be following. Like, is it something that I would have done 15 years ago? Like, I'm not even here to cast judgment on this dude, or maybe I am. I'm just saying, get ready to suffer any consequences that come your way. Okay. Cause there might be some. And I hope we don't see this guy from UConn like lose his job or anything like that. I doubt he will, because I'm sure Hurley will get involved. And in case you guys didn't know, they basically run the universities. All right, that's the Pete Sousa Show today, and Passion Drant to finish it off. We're going to be talking some college basketball tomorrow. We're going to visit with one of our buddies from All In, Texas, talk about the new head coaching situation in Austin with the Longhorns. And I'm traveling to the southern portion of California today. And I will report back from there tomorrow morning. But for now, this is the Pete Sousa Show, ending on a Tuesday, presented by Slovacics. As always, we'll see you tomorrow.
It's the Pete Sousa Show. Sports.
We definitely love our relationship and love Extraco. It's been an amazing experience.
They made the PPP process easier. They were reaching out to me saying, what can I do to help you? That made a huge difference, because my stress level when we shut down to afterwards was night and day.
Our experience with Extraco has been phenomenal since the very beginning, so we love Extraco.
Nobody tells our stories better than our clients.
The difference is stark. I was rear-ended at 70 miles an hour. I was injured, had a concussion. The insurance company, they delayed. They were playing games from the initial conversation. They weren't going to help me. The biggest thing I learned through this is that you can't go through this alone. I called Daniel Stark. They were going to help me, and everything was going to be all right. Daniel Stark got me 10 times the insurance company offered.
The difference is stark.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internex. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internex.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today. Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
Farmhounds offers natural treats and chews made with quality products that support family farms, regenerative agriculture, and humane farming practices. Give your dog the best with wholesome, organic ingredients that promote health and happiness. Shop now at farmhounds.com.
Transform your workspace with Hanomi Ergonomics. From adjustable chairs to standing desks, we provide solutions for comfort and productivity, whether at home or in the office. Improve your posture, reduce strain, and work smarter. Visit us at hanomi.co today. That's HINOMI.co today. At Acasis, innovation drives us. Since 2008, we've been creating cutting-edge technology products that make your life easier. With a focus on performance, design, and customer service, we're here to help you work smarter, not harder. Join us on our journey to simplify your world. Visit acasis.com today. That's ACASIS.com today. We are Rogue Media Sports.